Hey, this is Drama King, going to be showing you a fast castle build for Holy Roman Empire. And I'm going to try and get to Castle Age as soon as possible while working the town center nonstop, producing villagers and prelates. Let's see how fast it'll be. So first things first, villagers and the sheep. Scout goes out, find more sheep. And normally you want to make prelates first, at least one prelate first, because it'll boost your villager gather rate by a lot. But in this case, I'm just in the habit of selecting town center and making villager first. It's not a big deal, really. Just one villager. And then you want to get out your prelate quickly so they can start inspiring the sheep gatherers. And the reason you want to get to fast castle as Holy Roman Empire is so you can start contesting those relics, because the Holy Roman Empire's greatest strengths, at least in my opinion, is their economic landmarks, the Aachen Chapel, the Regnitz Cathedral, and their control of relics. Especially with the Regnitz Cathedral, where you can get a ton of gold once you fill it up with relics. What's this guy doing? Miss Rally Point. And you want to try to keep about an early ratio of food and gold at the start. But once you get to 5 villagers on gold, that should be enough to get to Castle Age. And the rest can go to food or wood. How much you need on wood will mostly depend on what level of aggression your opponent is showing. In this case, I'm pretty much doing an all-in fast castle, so there won't be much wood collection. So in an actual game, feel free to deviate from this build slightly for however much wood you need to build outposts, barracks, or whatever defenses. So at this point, the villagers are just going to keep going on food. With 5 on gold. 5 on gold is enough. Okay, we have enough food. Aachen Chapel will go down in a location that covers the most amount of resources possible. In this case, we're prioritizing food and gold, so it's going to go down here, where it covers gold, berries, sheep. And in the late game, once these resources run out, it'll cover a bunch of mills surrounded by farms, which will be a huge source of food income to fund your military late in the game. And feel free to power build this with quite a few villagers, because once it's done, it's going to boost your gather rate for all your villagers by huge amounts. Like right now, the prelate can only inspire a handful of villagers at once, but once it goes in the chapel, it's going to inspire everyone in its radius. So as soon as this is done, the prelate will go in. Great. And at this point, you want to start getting wood in order to build more houses, to increase your population so we don't get supply blocked like noobs. Why are these idle? Oh. That was bad. So you want maybe about at least 2 on wood. And the rest will go to food. So just keep sending them to food non-stop at this point. And the scout will continue exploring for sheep and also relic locations so that once we get to Castle Age, we can start contesting them ASAP. And of course, once you bring back the sheep, make sure to herd them to the correct spot so that they're in the radius of the Akin Chapel and not way out here, where they won't get the bonus. And you can start building mills once the sheep is getting a little bit crowded. Be sure to build it a little bit away from the Akin Chapel so that you can fit some farms, extra farms in here. The more farms you can get in the Akin Chapel's radius, the better. And we have enough food, so this is going down. Actually, make sure we have enough gold to make prelates. And when your landmark is going down, you want to start making prelates in order to send them out to all these relics you found. And scout ahead with your scout or whatever military units you have so that they don't get ganked by wolves or enemy units. Actually, you want to send them to the closer ones first. And that was 708. So it's a Castle Age in 7 minutes and 8 seconds. And at this point, you want to keep making villagers for whatever resources you need and send your prelates out to grab these relics. And bring them back to your Regnitz Cathedral to get a ton of gold. Next prelate coming out goes to that one. This prelate's almost there. Back to the cathedral. Third prelate will go out here. And that's pretty much the vast castle built for a Holy Roman Empire. And once again, feel free to deviate from this build just a bit. You might need to get more wood to deal with early aggression, but the basic idea is to place your Akin Chapel on priority resources like food and gold, and use that to boost your production in order to get to Fast Castle, build the Regnitz Cathedral, get out prelates, and quickly grab those relics. Use it to power your late game economy, build units, and overwhelm your opponents. I hope this was useful, and I'll see you guys later.